Well, good morning, everyone. See our wean calf crew. 2, 4, 6, 7. Yep, all 10 of them. I'm gonna say they're real smart chicks. They're all crowded in that bunk. An old red there, number 441. She's like, well, I'll just take this one all to myself. But yeah, this crew's doing good. No more bawling that we can hear from the house anymore. They've kind of settled in, decided, okay, life without mom is not the end of the world, but one project we got to work on a little bit. Probably won't work on it today because I don't have all my parts I need. We got to get a new float valve because, well, that one is new. It's like 4 days old. And it still won't shut off completely. Water will float up and it'll get to about right there. And you can still hear it, still just barely running. Not the end of the world, it doesn't make a huge mess, but they're not drinking enough for it to really matter too much. I'm just filling it up like 3 times a day, and they're not drinking more than that. So anyway, project maybe for next time when I have all my parts in to do that. Well, so when we do that, we're gonna get a few buckets of gravel, fix where they're watering it out around there. That always happens. I know there's probably, well, we probably should have just concreted all the way over. But yeah, hindsight, 2020, right? She's nearly full. We're gonna go ahead and cut her off. One reason, we're gonna be right back down here hooking up the hay baler very soon. And we'll cut it back on, let it, imagine they'll all get them a little drink after they get done eating. Yeah, they're still pretty good on their hay. Yeah. Gonna be really hot. We're under an extreme heat warning today. Like the actual temp is supposed to go up to 98. Of course, with our humidity, the heat index is gonna be like between 110 and 115. So yeah, trying to do everything I need to do, it's any kind of manual labor here early. So once we get all the animals checked, yeah, we're gonna get into very quickly mode of getting equipment hooked up, serviced up. Pretty good dew this morning, so it will be, like typical, probably 11 o'clock or so at the earliest before we can get started raking. But yeah, I don't want to be out here wrestling with PTO shafts and everything else, trying to get equipment hooked up and just dripping wet. Cow herd back here looking pretty good, up and on their feet, getting them some grazing done before it gets too hot, but you will notice the sun's creeping back this way. They're staying in the shadier areas, so yeah, y'all better hustle up, ladies. It ain't gonna be long before y'all are gonna be lounging by the creek, but everything's looking pretty good. Bro, what are you wearing? And I'm gonna criticize 2 things. Like, one, you're wearing a sweatsuit. I mean, we're under an extreme heat warning today. Like, I can think of no scenario where you would need to wear a full sweatsuit. And then you've tucked your sweatpants into your socks and you're wearing Crocs. Like, I mean, you've made some choices this morning already that seem really questionable. Can you explain your decision making?
We're going to the movies today, but I do have an extra change.
Oh, you got shorts on underneath. Well, I don't know what made you think you needed to put the layers on to begin with. It is smart that you can at least strip down and cool off, but I mean, look, I'm just sitting here, sweating. But y'all are planning on going to a movie today? Yeah, he's going to Grant's house today like they do most Wednesdays, and I guess Grant is going to entertain them at the movie theater. I don't know, I guess, so the movie theater can be a little cool. I don't know, I'm of the opinion that even if it's about 55 degrees in there, I'm probably still just wearing short sleeves. All right, well, I suggest you shed some clothes before you have a heat stroke.
Hey, will you tell the girls they need to be getting a pony?
Yeah, it looks like the girls are going to do some riding this morning. Oh, and I need to get started on doing some maintenance on some equipment. Yes, Willis has become a master of destruction, and he had torn up the swing set. He's become fascinated with just swinging as high as he can and rocking it. And yeah, of course that wood doesn't last forever. It was already kind of warped and not in the best shape, and he put an end to it. And you know, I could have probably made an attempt at repairing it, but I guess I'm lazy. Yeah, also evidenced by the fact that I'm using the tractor to move it. But this is one nice thing about having equipment, you know, a bit overkill, but a lot less manual labor in hauling that off. Also got a destroyed pool umbrella that I'm gonna throw on there as well. We'll put in the gully. Got that trash deposited in the gully. We did take the swings and chains off of it, where if I am tempted to rebuild the swing set part of their little fort playground thing, I can, or at the very least we can repurpose some of that chain and whatnot. But I don't know. Kids are about the age where Kimber didn't really use the swings anymore anyway, and like I say, when Willis did, it was literally, he was doing the same thing the other night at a buddy of mine's house, where he just swings as violently and as high as he can to like make the whole thing start tipping, which is why that one eventually broke. So yeah, I don't know that I'm really gonna be that invested in spending the time and money to rebuild it, when I know here he's not too far away from being older than when he's really interested in playing with that. Got the rake hooked up, but again, here before it gets too hot, need to do just a little maintenance. Oh yeah, looky here, we have what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 teeth all in a row right there broken. So definitely need to try to replace all those. Just that one wheel. There's like a random one here and there broken, a couple there. We may replace some others as well. A few broken teeth, one just came loose there on one of those kicker wheels, but those don't matter near as much. But yeah, been needing to do that for a while. So obviously we replaced a couple of these wheels with those universal replacement wheels you can get from agzaga.com. Encourage you to check that out if you need some new rake wheels. There's a couple that were warped up, which I also bought some rake teeth from them. I probably don't have enough rake teeth to replace all those, but we've got our old warped wheels that I can rob some good teeth off of. But yeah, agzaga.com, of course, they're a sponsor of Talk Dirt to Me podcast. Our discount code did change just a couple months ago. It's now TalkDirt20. That's a $20 off a $50 minimum order and free shipping. So TalkDirt20, anything you order from agzaga.com, whether it's the Bellnet wrap, rake teeth, rake wheels, or anything else. Actually about to order some more fans for the barn because you need them this time of year. But yeah, what you up to?
I'm gonna go get your four-wheeler back for you.
So you're gonna drive the Kubota to get the four-wheeler?
Yeah, because I gotta get a bunch of stuff at the house.
So how are you gonna get the Kubota back down here?
I just need to get some water.
All right, we'll see. That's all the brand new teeth I had, so I'm gonna start robbing some good ones off one of those old rake wheels. I'm not sure how many total teeth were replaced, but none broken on that one, none on that one. We've got a random one here and there still broken, but I guess I'm gonna be a little bit lazy. Yeah, we got 2 in a row broken there, so we'll go ahead and replace those 2. Yeah, anywhere where there's just one, I'm like, it'll be okay. I think I got at least, yeah, I got about 4 more over here. We'll replace those 2, and then yeah, I think everything else is just a single random one here and there. So rake should be just about ready to go. Okay, I think we've got both the rake and the baler now all ready to go. M4 is full of fuel. This was not quite full. I was gonna fill it up, but transfer tank on the truck ran out, but we're nearly full, so it should be plenty, no more than what we've got to bale today. Should have blown the baler off last time. Y'all remind me at the end of this video, we get home this evening, we'll do that. But yes, if all goes well, I should be done having to do a lot of work outside of the air conditioner, which thank goodness I'm soaking wet. Yeah, other than getting off to manually raise and lower the pickup and those gathering wheels and whatnot, we should be riding in the AC, listening to the radio for the rest of the day, which, heck, getting that shield line back up. There we go. All right, I think she's in there good. But yeah, always barring a breakdown, should have plenty of net wrap, no more hay than we're gonna have, which I guess I need to make my prediction. I believe we had 29 or 30 rolls on this same ground for the first cutting. I don't think it'll be that much. One, we were just late getting to that first cutting just because it would never quit raining. So it had gotten pretty rank, and it was good. It was ready to be cut again, but it also hadn't had any fertilizer put on it. So I'm thinking low 20s, 20, let's just say 23 to be exact. Not a lot of ground. Kind of, you know, the first cutting was so good, we were just late getting to it, and thought, man, we're gonna have so much extra hay, and now we're kind of at that point, well, not any rain in the forecast. Been wanting to get our Bermuda fertilized, but I'm really not even that anxious to do so because there's no rain in the forecast. Yes, time of year when we start to get just a little antsy about like, well, there should be some more hay to be cut at some point, but I don't know, right now until it rains, there really may not be. But anyway, we got maybe even closer to 2 hours, at least an hour and a half before we can get going. So I hadn't eaten anything today. May go eat a brunch and it'll be our last meal before supper. Well, things are rolling along, literally and figuratively, pretty well. Not that far into it, so we don't want to jinx ourselves just yet, but I am pretty confident saying the hay is turning out better in terms of quantity than I had anticipated. I got to stand by my original prediction of 23, but if I was placing a bet right now, I would definitely take the over. This first farm, it's kind of two different properties we're rolling hay on. The first one is 5 different fields, you know, for a total of about 10 acres. A couple of them are even smaller than probably even an acre. And yeah, it's pretty easy when I'm like, normally I barely get 2 rolls off this field, and yeah, we had just about 3 today. So yeah, we'll see. I don't know. We might beat what we did in the first cutting, which really surprised me. So, but going along, this is another one of the smaller fields, not the smallest. Actually, there's at least 2 that are smaller than just this little patch. But yeah, we knew that Johnson grass gotten pretty big, and it's not massive windrows, but yeah, just turned out pretty good. Make some good cow feed. Back home, rolling up this little bit along the driveway, got about another 30-40 feet of windrow here. We're not gonna have quite a full one. It'll be about 45 inches or so on this one. Again, a 58 is what would be a full size for us, but we'll go ahead and wrap her. Y'all see what our total is. 33. Yeah, pleasantly surprised. I really thought it could have been significantly less than that, but we will certainly take it. Yeah, little one. We might call it 32 and a half if we're wanting to be really real with y'all, but yeah, nonetheless, very pleased with that. So it is just about 5 o'clock on the dot. Horses up there hanging out in the shade. I believe my mom is up there with my kids and my nieces. Kevin told me I had to be done by 5:30, or I had to take the kids off my mother's hands by 5:30. So looks like I should get that accomplished. Turn our monitor off. What did I say, 33? So I can put it on my log in the house so I can keep up with where we are on hay totals. All right, gather up. Oh, grab my cell phone there. Y'all like my Stanley? I'm like a basic white girl, right? You know what every soccer mom, whatever these days, you gotta have your Stanley with you everywhere you go. It's actually one of my kids, which hadn't done a rant here in a while. What is it these days? Maybe it's just my kids, where every kid, you know, these water bottles. We literally have an entire cabinet in our kitchen that's dedicated just to various water bottles, you know, things like this. I have to take a water bottle to school. I'm like, you know, I drank water all my life, obviously, you know, we drank, you know, at school we drank out of the water fountain. You know, I've stuck my head under a faucet plenty of times, still do occasionally. Water hose, you know, if you really want to be fancy, you did grab a cup out of the cabinet and filled your cup up, sometimes with ice, sometimes without. But Yeah, nowadays it's like, yeah, a kid can't go anywhere without having a water bottle. God forbid they go to like a ball practice without carrying their water bottle with them. I don't know, whatever. Meaningless rant. But yeah, walk up here to the house. Don't know what we're having for supper tonight. I've actually got one of the breasts out of Willis's turkey he killed back in the spring, thawed out. I kind of thought we were gonna cook that. I'm not an expert on cooking wild turkey. I can figure it out, but we kind of try to coordinate who's gonna cook what nights. I think I cooked Monday night and Tuesday night. Yeah, because we had burgers Monday night. We had like some stir fry last night. So I was like, well, Kaylin will cook tonight. Well, I think she's gone to get her hair done. So it's like, depends on what time I get home. So I might have to come up with something to make with that turkey. So I don't know if we're gonna eat that or not, but we appreciate y'all watching. You know what we want y'all to do. Find a good beef recipe. Y'all eat beef and God bless.